I was just like isolated from the people. I was just sitting at my house and working on something. My English was so bad back then that I didn't know how to say like $30 per one short for content video. So I typed in the Zoom chat, because I couldn't say that. People are working with you, not because of the offer that you give them, not because of warranties, not all the stuff, but because of who you are.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Emily, and I'm here with.
Maciej Gawroński.
Today, we are talking about all things coaching, funnels, how he was able to start his business at the age of 12, right? 12, very crazy. And now at the age of 20, you
I had
have
like close to 100 clients.
amazing. So, first, before we get into some of these questions that I prepared, first, just give us a little backstory. Like, how did you get into business?
Mm-hmm. I get into business. That's a cool question. That I need to dive really deep into myself because starting the business, I wouldn't say it started when I start the business. I would say it starts like before, like when I was 12. And I don't think I have the right answer, but I maybe so I was in the primary school back then. So I was like in the US, I was like 12. So like the school where you go to where you have 12 years old. Um, and I was pretty like a person that would study a lot. My mother was a teacher, and I just wasn't fitting into the circles of the people that were there. So I was like separated, and where they were doing like some other stuff after school, I was usually like sitting in my home, and I was playing a lot of video games. I was playing League of Legends, League of Legends.
Finally.
I was in Platinums.
Oh, I was not there.
Oh, I was really grinding, and I always wanted to be the best where I can in every single place of the life. So I was playing League of Legends, and I was playing CS:GO and other of the games. And someday I think I just realized, hey, like I can put the same effort I'm putting into those video games and like upgrade the levels, get to new levels, but in the real life, and start making money with it. And then I started like watching a lot of like self-development stuff, listening to really cool books at a really young age. So,
Ooh.
oh,
Was there a specific book that you read?
I don't think I remember them that well when I started. It was just some really random books about self-development that I just found online. I just typed in self-development, and
Yeah.
my friend asked me like, "What do I want to get to as a Christmas gift?" I was like, "Oh." I just typed in like self-development book, and I sent him the random one, and yeah, that how it was. And in all of the later lives years of my life, it was similar. So I was just like isolated from the people. I was just sitting at my house and working on something.
Mm. And then at what age did you start an actual business?
Actual, it was 17 probably. I started a marketing agency back then, and I ran it for a year. It was in the US market. And then I opened my company at 18.
Mhm. Okay. And at that point, when you opened your company up, what was your strategy to get your first clients in?
Called DMs. It's called DMs. And funny enough, it was working crazy good.
How many DMs were you sending?
I was focusing more on the cold emails, honestly, because in the previous agency that I was working in, I was a cold email guy, so I knew like ins and out and how to do it well. And I was sending like 50 emails a day, but it was all automated.
Yeah.
I was using like Lemlist back then I transitioned to Instantly.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
You did Lemless and then
That's funny. And in the first 50 emails that I sent, I was on the first sales call with one guy, and my English was so bad back then that I didn't knew how to say like $30 per one short form content video. So I typed in the Zoom chat, because I couldn't say that. And it feels like, okay, I think about it. We schedule a follow up, and he's like on the second call, okay, like let's do it. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, let's do it. Like, what do you mean, let's do it? And they couldn't like believe it. I just called the client, and then I think I received a Stripe notification for like 100 bucks or like 50. I don't remember exactly, but it was a good feeling.
So you started with cold email. You had that automated. And then was there a certain amount of clients that you reached where you changed your strategy?
Wouldn't say it was a certain amount of clients. I switched the strategy when I left the US market, because when I was in the US market till 2023, 22, something like that. Um, then I got into the Polish market, and then there I went like all into the YouTube and IG and VSL funnel ads. And when I was in the US market, like don't get me wrong, I wasn't only doing like all emails from DMs, I was still doing YouTube, like one video a week, and then some IG content too.
Okay. My audience is mainly from the US. And can you give us some of the like reasons as to why you left the US market?
Okay. I'm actually thinking about going back to the US market, honestly. But it was a funny story. I was at the gym, I was replying to some clients, and then I got a DM on Instagram from a Polish guy, and he has some agency, and he told me on one of my mentor's stories that I got some results, and he was thinking about joining him, but then he saw like, hey, there's a Polish dude
Yeah.
that is in this program, maybe I can learn something from him. And then I talked about that with him. I was working with him on a consulting basis for like 4 weeks. Then I went to restaurant model with him, helped him scale his agency. That went really good, really in a short period of time. And I was like, I didn't knew that Polish agencies and coaches are making that much money, because I thought they were making like, I don't know, like 10K a month, 20, but it turns out that there are a lot of them that are making like 40, 100K a month. I was like, hey, like they're making this amount of money, and they are like at the beginner level, like they don't know shit about marketing, sales, anything like that. And there's no one doing anything to help them. So I was the first one in the Polish market. Yeah.
Right?
The ocean, yeah. So that's when I decided to go all in into the Polish market, and it
Yeah.
went pretty good.
What are some key characteristics that you see in clients who get the best results?
They're putting the work. They are eager to learn why something is not working. So what I mean by that is, if something is not working, like for example, the cost per call is really high and they don't close clients, they're not like, oh, this shit is not working, oh, do something. They're like, hey, I just find out that this is not doing as good as it should be. Like, what should we look at this to solve that? And they're like eager to learn how to solve and optimize. I would say that is the best thing, like being eager to learn and just do what we are telling them to do. That's the two best things.
So it sounds like they're actively wanting to solve problems. And sounds like you have been someone who has done that a lot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like sharing who you are online has attracted similar people
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
your
100%, 100%. I had a couple of videos on my YouTube channel where I was almost crying. And it got me some clients. Like I was talking with some clients on the sales calls, and they told me, okay, I watched this video and I resonate with that. So that's what I wanted to start working with you. And right now I think like people are working with you, not because of the offer that you give them, not because of warranties, not all the stuff, but because of who you are. I think that resonates with them.
How can people share that?
YouTube videos.
YouTube videos?
Yeah, and stories on IG.
And stories on IG.
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here, folks. That's all. That's all you need to know if you want to get slides. I 100% agree. And I know we were talking a bit about like the certain values that you have. I want to know more, like in that certain YouTube video when you were almost crying, what were you talking about?
It was a video night I almost gave up. And I was getting back from the gym. I was getting back from the gym and I was thinking about it. It was a hard, rough day. And all of that shit happened. And I remember myself when I was 18. I was setting up my business. And I was like, there were a lot of shit happening at the moment because I was in the high school. I had my final exams coming. I back then was also a professional athlete, and I was working 9 to 5, and I was about to start my own business. So it's like you can imagine how much things were going on. And I remember I was with setting your company in Poland, it's like not that easy. You have to deal with a lot of legal stuff, so on and so forth. And I was dealing with that for some time. And I was sitting with my dad at dinner, and I was crying back then. And I was thinking like, hey, maybe it would be better to just like fuck it and just work on a 9 to 5. Like honestly, I was thinking like, hey, is it worth the pain and stress and everything? And I was about to give up back then. But I felt like I just don't have that word in my dictionary. And if I do that, like if I just go for it, then like nothing will stop me.
What did your dad say to you in that moment where you told him that you felt like you wanted to give up?
I didn't tell him.
Oh, you didn't.
I just saw it in my mind.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that was the moment where you decided, I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why I didn't. And
When was that?
2 3 years ago.
Okay.
And like on the whole journey, like knowing like what I have been through, um, the fear of going back and admitting everyone that they were right, were like this was terrifying more than putting the work to no, don't do that, if you know what I mean.
That moment where you felt like giving up?
Yeah, so like the fear of admitting everyone else that they were right was higher than putting the work, you know? Yeah.
I relate. I relate. Um, did you have people around you as well who influenced you to then make that decision, or was it
Not at all.
internal?
No.
Okay.
All the people were like, hey, just what we're talking about. Like, come on, bro.
Telling you to go back to a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah.
It's secure. You get a paycheck.
Not exactly like that, but they were just like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, you're doing business, like, stop joking.
Yeah.
So they didn't have any support for a really long time.
Do you feel like those people who told you to um go back, are they like where you are?
No,
They
not at all. Not at all.
no.
Not at all. Right now, they're sitting in a lecture in the college.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it's not that bad there.
But better. It's a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit.
Um So now that you've gone through these experiences where you have developed your own self-trust, probably raised your self-worth and gone through hard times on your own, um, I'm curious, what is your mindset around scaling, particularly like hiring people?
What do you mean by that?
the let's say you are interviewing people.
Mhm.
How do you attract quality people into your business? Is there also internal work that you do to attract them in?
Personal brand. I hire the most people, the best people from my personal brand. The CSM that I got right now is really, really good. He was watching me since I went to the Polish market for entire year. Yeah, and he's a
Mhm.
yeah, he's about it. He left one of the biggest agencies in Poland. He was really high on this agency, and he just left to work with me.
How did you get them in?
He just messaged me because he saw my story that I'm hiring CSM. And he was thinking about leaving the current job, and he joined me.
How many employees do you have?
Around 20.
20.
20.
Um, so you have 20 employees. And what does like the system look like in there for hiring? What are your like what are the things that you look for or expectations that you put in place?
I have company values, so that's the first thing that I look at. If they are aligned with my values and I can stick with them. So my first value is like very client centric. Like we don't care about getting as much clients as possible, selling a lot of people and selling to everyone. We're client centric and we just care about client getting results. Second thing is that the speed is king. Like we are doing things as soon as possible while still keeping the high quality of that. And then determination. Like we are determined to be the best at what we need to be the best. And we accept we don't have problems. We have challenges that we need to face and just solve them. And that's how we look at things. Then we also have extreme ownership, which is every I don't say that I have employees. I would say that I had entrepreneurs inside of my business and they're responsible for and they take ownership of what they are doing. So for example, I hate people that I need to check in with them like 15 times a day and then follow up with them if they did the work. So I don't do that. I have people that take ownership of what they're doing and then I don't need to micromanage them. So first of all, I just look at the values that they have if they're aligned with my values.
Hmm. Hmm. What is do you have like a mission for the company that they see themselves fitting into?
hmm So our mission is that we are the most sought after agency in the info marketing space in the Polish market. And for now, I believe we have that in the high ticket space, and we still want to continue being the most sought after agency in the info marketing space.
Amazing. Are there certain obstacles that you see your current clients going through that they all um
Mm.
maybe face?
Let me think about it for a second. I would say there are two, like maybe three things. So first of all is like the most important thing for me is the offer. And like we're helping our clients with creating a perfection in their offer. But if they don't put the work, like we cannot help them. What I mean by that is sometimes people just get to the offer calls or they fill up their like form with the offer that we can help them make a better offer. And they're just putting some random things in there. Like they didn't put the time to actually research what is there at their client, what they're struggling with, and things that are really important and that the whole funnel is like based on. They just don't put enough work to know who they're even serving. And it's usually the biggest pain because for our clients, most of them they don't have a high ticket offer. Like we help them create that from zero. So it's really important to have a good offer. And if they're not putting the work, it's not easy. And then I would say the second thing is mindset. So we have seen a lot of our clients just procrastinating on doing tasks. Like if they're close to launching ads, they will procrastinate because they are scary of, hey, this big thing will start, I will get some leads, I'll get some calls, and I'm scared. That's, I don't know, that they will have to like change something. And that's the thing that we face a lot of our clients do. They're just scared and they have some mindset issues about some things. Then I would say those are the two most important things: mindset and having the offer, the all-in from their part.
Yeah. It all comes down to, it sounds like, the work ethic that they have.
Yeah.
Uh, and is there any certain way that you've helped them overcome these challenges?
Yeah, it's what I especially like about my model, that it's not purely done for you,
Yeah.
and we don't do only done for you, because there are things that, let's say, what separates us from traditional marketing agencies is that marketing agencies do just make you an ad on Facebook and that's all. And then you get leads, then you have to sell, and you don't know shit about selling, then you're just obviously not gonna get good results. So some of the clients have issues with sales. That's why you also coach them on sales. That's really important. Some of them have issues on mindset and they are scared of something. They need to learn more about how this works and what they should do in this specific scenario. That's why we have like with that almost every single week. They have a one-on-one call with my CSM. So we're on the same page with them every single week. They will realign their path to what they need to do. We give them action steps, and that's what helps us the most. Like having the ability to tag with us one-on-one on Slack, and then having the one-on-one calls with the CSM.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you can really like stop them, self-sabotage them or procrastinate.
Exactly.
And then they come to that call and they're like, well, I haven't done this, this, and this. And you can kind of call them out on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. So what are you drinking, by the way? Can you
Yeah.
share what this is?
So this is yerba mate. I was feeling really anxious recently, so I stopped drinking coffee at all. I don't drink any coffee right now.
That's good.
But yerba mate is the secret of grinding.
Oh.
If you want to grind for 22 hours, you need to get yerba mate, and you really have to too. Like, do you want to try it? Yeah, be careful. Taste it really slowly
Okay.
because it might be.
Do I sip it?
Yeah, yeah. How does it taste?
It tastes like bark.
Bark?
Yeah.
What is bark?
Uh, like pieces of tree.
Some people would say that it tastes like a water from cigarettes.
Yeah.
And
That.
I really, really, really like this taste because it's shit. And I just like,
He just likes shit.
yeah, I just like shit. And this really helps concentrate. Like with coffee, you have this spike
Yeah.
and the drop. And if you're anxious, but with that, it's like slowly and they're concentrated. It's really good.
Wow. I've been drinking matcha.
Mm,
It's similar.
yeah.
Similar, I feel.
But this tastes like shit even more.
Yeah, that is next level shit. So I think it's like that. Try this
I
out.
don't have affiliate link, so I won't recommend a specific site, but
Yeah, we need an affiliate link for that.
yeah.
If you're yerba mate, hit us up for we'll talk with you. Okay, one last thing I want to know. Um, this is such a weird question that ChatGPT gave.
Yes, I'm married.
Oh yeah, are you married? What's your relationship status? What is your relationship status? What are your
Okay.
what are your dreams? Yeah, what let me just ask like a more basic question. Where are you at when you're 30? So 10 years from now. Where will
What I want to be.
Yeah.
I think I want to be married. I think even before that,
Like what age?
25.
25 is a good age.
And I think I would like to have my own house and settle down. And it's like funny because like if you're making that kind of money at 20 years old, like you have like speed run the entire life and what now? Yeah, that was actually thinking about doing it like right now. But I think like it's like too early. So yeah, I'm really thinking about like settling down and raising the family like at 25, 30.
So you want to build? Do you want to build a house? You want to?
A house, yeah, I think like I want to build a house.
You want a private jet?
Not really.
Cars, boats, yachts?
Not really.
No,
No.
nothing fancy.
Because you have to ask yourself like, why do you want to do that? You know? And if I had been asking myself this question really a lot this recently. And if right now if you're doing the work, you're doing the business, like it makes sense to have the titles. But let's say you cannot work on the business for the rest of your life, what you're doing. Then you discover that hey, you don't do anything inside of the business. And what is life if you don't have if you don't have health, if you don't have someone that is like caring about you, if you don't have family, you know? That's the most important thing that I would say. That's what I focus about that in the first place for me. And if I have that and maybe then I can worry about having some nice cars, some fancy shit, but
Yeah.
I value the thing the most.
Relationships, your health, your finances,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, I'm good about finances, so like, I'm stable. I don't need to work that much, so that's not a problem. I already solved the problem. The problem that I need to solve the next is relationships and family.
yeah, relationship coaches. I have a full roster. Got tons of them. Working with a relationship coach, honestly.
A level relationship coach.
You do?
Yeah, he's living upstairs.
But he doesn't have a relationship. See, well, okay, most of my coaches don't have relationships.
Because what I see about the relationship coaches is they're like they're relationship coaches, but most of them
Is he
are.
coaching?
He was in the past,
Oh, okay.
but most of them are like playing live. I would say. I I didn't. What they see about them is like they are. They don't have the same values as me. Like
All right. What are your values that you would want for in a relationship coach?
being more family oriented, um, more having more respect for women's. I would say those two things because I think they get at all of what I think in those two words.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of those coaches out there, to be honest, that are guys. So yeah.
And as I said, like my current status is married to 1 million a month.
Yes. Honestly, it's pretty controversial to want that in today's age, like to want to get married, to settle down. Most people would rather be uncommittal and play around, I feel. And I really respect that. I think it's honorable to respect women. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your journey and your secret tea that helps you sleep crazy hours. If you want to watch part 2, head over to his channel. I'll put the link below. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, And
See you next one.
see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye bye.